Hello everybody, Sam Pardee here. We're going to be recording a little run through of the March monthly tournament. I'm pretty excited, so let's hop in. The basic rules are that I have to get 5th, then 4th, then 3rd, then 2nd, then 1st in a series of 5 rounds. Obviously you can do better than 5th and so on, but at least 5th in the first round. So let's go for round 1. All right. I like all these captains pretty well, actually. I think I'm feeling lucky, you know. I'm feeling a little lucky today. Um, None of my sort of preferred turn one buys here for lucky, but I mean, these are okay. Both. I don't really love wind up toy. I like Puss in Boots and Slappy a little better. I'll just go Puss in Boots, get some slot buffs going. Well, now I wish I'd gone Slappy because I want to take the dragon. I want to get going on finding some treasures for myself. And we start with a round 1 win. That's always nice. Jealous Stepsisters is okay, but I've already got a lot of stuff that kind of needs to go first. I think I'll just grab Puck. Makes me quite a bit stronger. This is the nerfed Puck, of course. We took him down from 3 attack to 2, which I think has been a good change so far. I felt good about it. Gives a little more room to get out from under these. Puck was definitely less the culprit than Pix, but we did want to make them stay matching. So yeah, I'm happy with how that's gone. Okay, now I've got an interesting choice. I can take Mysterious Egg. This is the perfect turn for it. It'll hatch into an epic in 3 turns. However, I only need to get 5th. I don't need to win. I don't need to get first place in this lobby. So I think I'm going to take something a little less risky and just take Gingerbread Witch, which is kind of, in a couple turns, I'll sweeten my candy off of it. It is sort of the bargain there. Okay, and I did lose. Not clear if I would have lost if I would have lost worse if I had the egg. I might have taken full heart damage if the hits had gone poorly, and that would have been a disaster. So let's go ahead and heal back up. That was a very lucky find to start. Baby Bear's not too exciting right now. I just have the one other animal, so I'll just meet in the tavern and see what we get. Spin up a Captain Ahab. Sure, that's fine. And now I want to replace this Gingerbread Witch for sure with either Rage Mage or Peter Pan. I'm going to go Rage Mage. Don't feel strongly between those two. The main reason I'm going for Rage Mage is because if I get the Lucky Charm, I don't remember which one it is exactly, that when you buff a slot, you give it an additional buff, then Rage Mage can be really sick with that. So here I have Ahab, Silver versus Sweeten Candy and get a Rage Mage trigger. So this is actually sort of +4 because I get a Rage Mage trigger as well. So I think I'm actually going to do that. All right, Rage Mage Silver is great. Puss in Boots Silver, also great. Ooh, Puss in Boots Gold. That's 2 candy sweetens for our, thanks to Lucky's ability. And we'll go Masterwork Scroll, buff the spells even more. If I'm gonna be candying, it's nice to have my spells be a little more potent. Ooh, oh, I thought that was a 2. Okay, well, we did not trigger a thing. We got the horseshoe, so that's pretty nice. Makes breadcrumbs redundant, so I'll just go carving fork, I suppose. Oh, I love Cool Whip, but I think I'm just going to take my cinnamon roll. Ooh, and a pumpkin spice latte, don't mind if I do. This gingerbread witch is perfect. It represents +1 candy sweetness. And then I'll do Catatouille. And this is a pretty big fudge. Goodie bag would also be nice, but I think I'm just going to go fudge on this slot. Getting nice and big there. Looks like we'll tie this fight, so that's fine. Take our free cinnamon roll. This Catatouille is gonna flip real fast. Yeah, we'll do. Well, I guess I'm flipping Catatouille soon, so a Shoemaker's Elf will kind of get wasted. All right, I'll just do 3 bags full. I want to replace this Puck kind of as soon as possible. It's not doing too much for me. Yep. Okay. Yeah, even though normally Cherry Topple is not a card you put on your board that often, it's still better than Puck. Puck was really doing nothing for us, so that's fine. And it looks like we're going to lose this fight, but that's fine. No full heart damage. Ooh. Normally, I think I would snap off the cinnamon roll here, but because I have magical piping bag, I'm gonna get a sweetness out of this scarecrow anyway, because it'll trigger the piping bag. And I want to get this scarecrow going so that future cinnamon rolls are better. So I'll grab that. I guess this Puss in Boots is not that big. I kind of thought it was bigger. I guess I'll send Catatouille through the looking glass. Okay, Cheshire Cat's not really something I was super interested in, but it's fine. It's not horrible. And we have lost our first heart now. Oh man. All right, so Cinnamon Roll advances our Scarecrow, increases our sweetness. That's all well and good. Twilight Sprinkles is like really what I want to be doing. My candy is so sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna take Twilight Sprinkles, and it works with the Cheshire Cat. Ooh, I'm definitely taking Pixie. All right, we're kind of coming around to a more sort of real board here. I think I'm just gonna organize like this, even though that risks the Cheshire Cat not getting KO'd before Twilight Sprinkles, but just giving it plus 24 from Pixie is makes it so likely that it's gonna get the hunt off, and it did. And now it gets KO'd? No. Okay, well, I still dealt full heart to them. Take my cinnamon roll, silver pixie. Yeah, let's do Cool Whip. We've got sweetness to go, and then I can replace Scarecrow with Jabberwocky here because it'll finish the quest. And we'll go Trash Can full of strawberries. That's always a really fun one. Yeah, Chubby Cheap just keep filling out the candy. This is looking great. This person's got some stuff. They're not super strong yet, but they have the goods to get super strong. All right, we got the Clover, buffs our candy characters, which is great because that is our full board in this case. So this spell, I guess +5/+5 is not terrible. I was thinking it was just +1/+1 because I forgot about Trash Can plus Masterwork Scroll. Yeah, that's okay. I'm still just gonna take Two-Headed Dragon. Definitely gonna take a candy spell here. I never know whether to buff the Pixie, which is sort of like gonna stay on my board for a while and keep, it's kind of the weakest card on my board, but I want to keep it around because it's buffing these, or just buff the thing that I actually want to end up with the buff. All right, Eureka is nice. Ooh, that's a free candy spell. Starburst, very good. And another Starburst. Oh, man, this is really good too. So this would be +2 sweetness, +1 here. No, I'm still going to take Starburst. I think it's just too good. Looks like we should be cruising our way to a top 5 finish, but I still like to go for first. I'm still competitive enough that I would prefer to just win outright than to settle for just a top 5. Super Sweet 4 on Pixie now. That's great. And I think we'll go with Fairy Queen's Wand. Ooh, Super Sweet 6 on Chubby Cheap now. You're not a hero or a villain. You are a hero, but yeah, it's mostly not working so good on this sort of light and shadow, so we'll do Gingerbread Oven. And yeah, our front line is getting massive. Pixie's just giving us huge buffs. Jabberwocky's hunting for big buffs. Things are going great. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point where the spells are just actually very good now. Even if they look, even if they normally would be underwhelming. This one, there's no chance it'll actually KO something, so I'm not going to take it. All right. This might be a little greedy, but I just can't resist. All right. Big Spirit of Vengeance is fine. Okay, yeah, this was the person who I said had the opportunity to be quite strong, but they were not quite strong enough. And oh, that was great. Paul Bunyan. Oh no, they were strong enough to not take a full heart, but Paul Bunyan slammed into the Spirit of Vengeance, which that guy's gonna be big. All right, we'll do some big buffs to the team. More buffs to the team. Jabberwocky, which I get an extra recruit on, so that's nice. And then, yeah, I'll grab Long John Silver. That seems good. At some point, I maybe should consider replacing this Cool Whip with an actual character that does something useful for me. Looks like we're gonna win the lobby right now, though, so it's not gonna be that big a deal. All right, that's a first. That's one. We need a fourth now in the next round, or better, of course. I'm personally shooting for all firsts. And we got the little genie alt art. Now we have the gingerbread house with the signature to win. I love these signature cards. I think they look so cool. Oh man, do I just run back lucky? All right. It's a lucky stream. That's what we're doing. We're just getting lucky. We are out here trying to get lucky. I love both Peachy Queen and Gingerbread House. I think they're both great. I'm going to start with the Peachy Queen. Yeah, this is exactly the start that I love to do. Any Peachy Queen into Rose or Thorn, you feel so good, you know? You just feel like you're accruing all this advantage for the future. Feels great. So here we have Gingerbread Witch, who's a little bit smaller than Itsy Bitsy Spider, and I do really want to win my fight to get that heart back. But the long term of getting +1 candy sweetness is just going to be too good for me to pass up. Here, I think I maybe should just take Flying Monkey over Rose. We've already used our Peachy Queen buff on Thorn, so it's not that big a deal that that it would just be +1 health rather than +1 +2. And Flying Monkey might make me a lot stronger, so I'm going to do that. And then in general, it's better to arrange your board strongest to weakest, sort of. It just makes you more likely to take less damage. Okay, darn, we still lost, so we lost our heart. Would have really preferred to keep that heart, but it is what it is. Sugar and spice is tempting. We get our sweetness going, but I really want to win the next fight, and I want to get this gingerbread witch off our board before I start taking cards like this. Like, obviously, I'm eventually going to replace the gingerbread witch anyway, so you can kind of think of this as a locked-in +1 sweetness, and this would be an extra one. But if I get to it this turn, it might just be better for me anyway. So yeah, I'm going to take Pan's Shadow, and then I think I'll just go Gingerbread House and replace the Gingerbread Witch. That does make me a bit weaker. If I replace Thorn, I think that would be stronger technically, but maybe I should just do that. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Actually, I think that is probably better. Okay, we're not going to take a full heart, but we are going to take a half heart. Okay, now Lollipop Fairy can replace Gingerbread Witch, and that will make me quite a bit stronger. There's a second Pan's Shadow. Ooh. Yes, please. Heal me back up, baby. Gingerbread Witch Silver is super nice. And then let's go Rage Mage. I mentioned before why I like Rage Mage here. So we'll see how that works out for me. Oh, we're going to take another half heart. I forgot I got the pumpkin spice latte. All right, nice. So we're still in good shape. All right, and I did assemble the combo. Lucky's Heart plus Rage Mage. That's a really good combo. Mama Bear also phenomenal with Lucky's Heart, so I'm gonna take that. And I think I just replaced Pan Shadow, even though it's kind of big, because I want this Flying Monkey to actually work with the Mama Bear. Gold Gingerbread Witch, you say? I mean, yeah, I think I should take that. I guess Boon Willow is also kind of sweet. I would give my back slots +7, +5. I could just replace this Lollipop Fairy with that. All right, I'm going to go for that. I think that will make me enough stronger for this fight that it'll be worth it. And it was enough to win the fight, so we got our heart back. That's huge. Yeah, nothing super exciting in this shop, so we can definitely sugar and spice. Ooh, a TLK. Well, Mama Bear is doing nice stuff for us, but I think I want to kiss it. I'm going to put it in slot 1 first, so the Rage Mage gives the buff to that slot. Oh, that's a pretty big character to have this early and give its stats to the shop. I think we could make some real moves here with that. Yeah, look at this. Second time passing this Gingerbread Witch. It will be very good. Yeah, I should take it. It's +2 sweetness because of this, and +2 sweetness because of its ability. That's just so much sweetness to take. I'll take Masterwork Scroll, and then kind of awkward. I don't want to replace it exactly because it's so big, but I kind of do want to replace it because I want that sweetness. I think I should not replace it yet. I'll replace it next turn. Okay, you meet in a bakery is nice. Ooh, hello. Okay, well now Angelica is going to get massive, so that's great. And that means the next pick from our next shop is also going to be massive. Oh baby. Yeah, this is the good life right here. All right. It's finally, I think, time to replace Gingerbread Witch. If this spell was a little better, I would take it and maybe wait because I'm not super excited about any of these characters. I would still get, +9/+9 to a slot from this spell, but I think Scar is gonna actually be decent. Okay, now there's a good spell. Oop, get that slot nice and big, +42. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna start running away with things here, doing some real big damage. Ice cream party. I don't mind an ice cream party. So this is a mage villain. So I got 3 villains. Unfortunately, these two, it's sort of these two or these 3 if I want to do ice cream party, or I could just grab this 2-headed wizard and try to get some more sweetness later. I think that's actually what I'm gonna do. Uh, this is okay, but not exciting, so I'm not gonna take it. I'll just bank a strong card. It'd be nice if this gingerbread house could get KO'd, that would be really convenient. The moon. Characters in your shop are bigger. Okay, that's nice. So this gingerbread house is kind of underwhelming at this point in the game. Let's go ahead and replace it with Jasmine Dragon. The newly buffed Guardian of the Grove, very nice card, but I have no other animals. I really want this to go in slot 1. I think I'll skip on that. This does not seem like a good spot for All for One. I'll just take Nessie and replace Rage Mage. Rage Mage is nice and all, but I think at this point we're well past that. Oh, no fair. I really wanted to get a buff. That was rude. We're still going to win the fight, I think. Yeah. With a little bit to spare, not a ton to spare. Nothing doing here. I'm really sort of saving this doubled spell for a candy spell of some kind. So we'll just grab the Kraken, unleash the Kraken. Sure, I'll take a golden. That's a little more sweetness. And yeah, Merlin's pointy hat is a fun one. Oh, and I got a bonus shop. Okay. Well, the Silver Jasmine Dragon is nice and all, but cherry on top with Lucky's Heart, that's like, I don't know, +60 to my front 3 slots. It's really, really good. Okay. Scrum doubly umptious. Yeah, that's definitely good enough to take. I think it's time to go for the chubby cheap. Let's go. And we're already into the top 3, but yeah, I'm going for all firsts. I think that would be cool to just snap off all firsts. Okay, so any of these is obviously an upgrade over Two-Headed Wizard, or I could just take the spell and kind of float this buff along. I think I'm actually going to do that. And I'm really excited to pick up Pekka Peppers on this Two-Headed Wizard, because if I find another one, it could be really great. And it's kind of sweet to float the Angelica buff onto, sort of 2 shops. So next shop, maybe I find a silver, like 800 wizard. Well, I found a really big silver. Sure, I'll go back to the Rage Mage. He was small last time we saw him. He's grown up a bit since. Yeah, we'll do Down Came the Rain. That's a pretty big buff to my slots. I guess Midas touching here is just going to make this thing really big, and yeah, that'll give us a huge shop. Although I think we will not actually get to realize that massive shop, unfortunately, because we are going to win. I hate it when you win too fast. All right, that's 2 firsts. Now we need a Top 3 or better, we got our signed gingerbread house, which was pretty instrumental in our victory there, so that's kind of fitting. And now we're going for the Gentle Giant. Round 3, let's go. No lucky this time. I'm going to reroll Sapphire, see what we get. Dorothy's pretty fun. I love Nathaniel Drake, though. I just can't quit him. And we have a sweet starter deck for him. Yeah, this looks great. Let's go. Yep, Evil Stepmother. So obviously quests are the name of the game here. Try and take questers and do their quests. That's what we're about. Tie that first fight. Yeah, we'll do Toto and Dragonling, I think. The stepsisters would have advanced the stepmother quest, but Dragonling is one of those ones where if you don't start it early, it's kind of pointless. Like you're not gonna finish it. So I always want to get that started early. All right, Miseria. Again, these would advance my stepmother quest, but Miseria is just so great. And if I do lose this next fight, which I would prefer to not lose, like I'm at half heart right now, I would certainly prefer to not lose the fight. But this is at least a good consolation or constellation, as you might say, prize if we do lose. So Puck is a tick on the stepmother. You meet in a tavern. Could be a tick on the stepmother and give me a character better than Puck. Let's see if that works. It did work. All right. Yeah, we'll replace Flying Monkey with Katamari. And yeah, I'm gonna be a bit on the weak side for this fight. So we did lose, but we get our constellation prize +4/+4 to the team. We can now go ahead and replace Stepmother with Flying Monkey, which will finish her quest. Ooh. So Carving Fork benefits from my Nathaniel Drake ability, but Potion of Treasure Finding will make this Dragonling better and any future quests I complete in the future, so I think I'm going to go for that. This is maybe a little bit greedy. If this had 6 attack, I'd feel really good about it. About just grabbing this, being in a good spot. I think I'm still going to. It's definitely greedy, but it might work out. Ooh, and here's another quester. Although this one does give a non-stat giving treasure, but that's fine. None of these other characters are all that exciting. So I think I will arrange my board like this. I hope that it works out for me. It looks like it will. Not clear if I will trigger the stepsisters. I did not, in fact. But I finished my Dragonling, so I can move on from him now. Ooh, Pixie Dust. Yeah, I think that's the move. Now our Katamari is going to get real big. Little Red is also decent, but I think I'm just going to take Katamari. Ooh, Jaws. Yeah, that works my Patissier's ability a bit. Works with the Katamari. Yeah, I think that's good enough to grab. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cinnamon roll here. Sure, I'll take a random silver. That's not interesting to me, but that's fine. So I could use Presence of Gaia to try to, guarantee that I finish the Stepsisters quest. I could also just take Netherbinder and see how that goes. I think that's what I'll go with. I think. Oh no, okay, sorry. I thought the Stepsisters lived, but they were KO'd. Yeah, I think I'm kind of unlikely at this point to finish this Jealous Stepsisters quest, but that's fine. I'll take Weensy. That's a great one. So Gingerbread House will finish this Patissier's quest, and I guess it's better than the Patissier as well. So sure, I'll take that. Buried treasure. I have 1 pirate right now. Oh, but I'm about to get this Netherbinder. So that's a pretty good combo. I could also take a co-captain, which is always really fun. Or even the Sweet Earthstone is pretty solid. I think I'm going to go Buried Treasure, though. I think because I'm going to get this Netherbinder's Jewel, that'll just be really, really nice. And I'm going to leave Netherbinder in slot 2, even though that means my Gingerbread House is not quite as good as it could otherwise be, just because I want to try and finish Netherbinder if I can, which it looks like I'm not quite going to, and I'm going to lose the fight, so that's unfortunate, but it was only half a heart. We're still in it. We get an extra constellation prize. That's always really nice. And we can take Jaws Breaker or one of these other ones. I think I'm actually going to go Golden Fountain here because I'm about to finish Netherbinder and Weensy, so it'll be more treasures for me in the long run if I do that. This will help with the Weensy. That's great. This is nothing, but that's fine. Sure, I'll do double You Meet in a Bakery. Get some sweetness going. I can actually replace Jaws now because Jaws is all done, and replace the Wizard. Gotten a bit stronger here. I kind of want to put Weensy here in the hopes that it gets KO'd and the Netherbinder can see that. Let's see if that works out. It looks like it will not quite. They don't have enough stats remaining to handle that, but we did heal, so that's good. So I can do Flying Monkey for a treasure, which, I mean, I have a lot of treasure hoard guys, especially because the Katamari has it thanks to the buried treasure. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I could have done Thorn also to advance my Weensy, but yeah. Oh, I also have Golden Fountain. Yeah, that's a no-brainer then actually. And I have Jasmine Dragon. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, Ice Cream Party for Katamari sounds great. Katamari being all types, so that everyone gets to share the ice cream party. I'll bank a Jaws and a Rose to get my Weensy quest going. So now I'm just one away there, and we finished Netherbinder, so that is great. Yeah, the Netherbinder, the Dragon's Jewel is going to be awesome. Ooh. Oh man, these are all really good. I think I have to take Trash Can. It's just too fun. And I think I also have to take Dragon's Jewel. I have enough treasures and treasure hoarders that it's going to make me significantly stronger. Lance a little to get the Lance that's buffed is nice. It would be buffed by Trash Can Full of Strawberries, which is really good. Oh, I forgot I got it from a quest. Wow. Oh, that's sick. Okay, so that's really strong. Sir Francis Drake is also going to be really strong, though. Yeah, I'm going to do Sir Francis Drake. I think it's just going to be too good to pass up. And this is a recruit ability, so that'll finish Weensy, so that's nice. And we'll take the spell book and the shield. I'm pretty into right now. I just want kind of treasures that have stats on them because we have so much buffing of that thanks to Trash Can Full of Strawberries. And here's the granddaddy of buffing your treasures, Wormscale Tinkerer, one of the strongest cards in the game, I think. We'll grab that and let's go. I think this is going to be another first place for us. We got a Lesser Mimic, which also is going to make our Trash Can Full of Strawberries better. Things are going to get out of hand quick over here. Double 3 bags full. Okay, we get 4. We're going to get 4 total treasures here. This is just going to be fantastic. Yeah, we'll do Cutlass and Star Shield. Well, yeah, Cutlass and Star Shield. Sure, that seems great. And then Twin Shot. Our characters have plus 44, plus 66. And Gold Ring, yeah. Anything with stats on it is what I'm into taking here. So Daughter of Athena could ultimately be nice just because we would get some treasures out of it, but I don't think I actually want to put it on my board, so I'll just take Nessie. And yeah, Golden Sir Francis Drake. That sounds wonderful. Melody's loot. Let's go. Our team is going to be very, very big. This is great. Yeah, Conan seems sweet, and I suppose we can replace Katamari. Sure, we'll do double O Fudge, give some slots some really big buffs. Get our Sir Francis Drake treasures. So yeah, what's going on here is we have Wormscale Tinkerer and Pixie Dust, so our buffs from Fae give an extra plus 1,000, and then this is a Fae, so we are getting really, really big here. Yeah, we'll give everyone Treasure Hoard 3. That seems awesome. And then we'll grab the Infinity Mitten, which is also going to be pretty great, especially with this with a Sir Francis Drake. I weirdly only have a slot buff here. So this Shipshape Inspector I thought would maybe be immediately completed, but he actually won't be. just going to bank it instead. The Burninator, you get to keep all 3 treasures. We already get to keep a bunch of them, so I'll just do some really big slot buffs in the back. And do that again. And turn everybody silver and keep a bunch of treasures. Ooh, double, double, double. Let's see how big we can get this slot. That could be fun. To 35,000. Not bad. Not a bad board we've built for ourselves here. All right, that's a dub. First place, let's go. 3 in a row now. We are heating up. We got our signed Gentle Giant. Look at him holding the Tin Man there. That's great. I love that. All right, let's go. We got to get a top 2 this time around here in round 4. Let's see if we can pull it off. Okay, a lot of captains I like here. I like Sorceress Serena a lot, and I like Toucan Samuel. I think I'm gonna go Toucan Samuel, and yeah, I love Candy on him, so glad that that's the starter deck. That seems great. Um, yeah, I'm gonna start with one of these two. I think I'll just start with the Stepmother because I can find the Gingerbread Witch later and still get its benefit, but the Stepmother, gets a little worse if you find it later in the game. Okay, unfortunately we lost the first fight. I thought we were decently strong, but here we are. I'll take Despicable Smee and Gingerbread House or Flying Monkey. Let's go Flying Monkey. I think that'll be more likely to save us. Not enough, unfortunately. All right, down a heart early. That is tough. So Jack in the Box would finish this quest. Not super concerned about finishing that quest. I think we're pretty likely to finish it this turn. We get 3 shops total. Going to look at 6 total characters at least. I think I'm just going to grab Cowardly Lion, even though not the most amazing card. Oh boy, Navi or Sugar and Spice. Let's go Sugar and Spice. Okay, there. That does finish our quest, and I can go ahead and replace the monkey, I think. And yeah, I'll do Captain's Cutlass. That seems decent. I think I'm actually going to rearrange a little bit. Because the Puss in Boots is already kind of big, I want to put something smaller in slot 1 just so that it's more likely to actually help me contribute to winning a fight. Although it looks like I'm still going to lose. Oh no! Okay. Yeah, let's... No, let's take Navi. That seems good here. Go ahead and heal back up. Okay, Lollipop Fairy, that will definitely make us stronger. Silver Cowardly Lion, that's great. Foul Lich with 2 animals, not the most inspiring thing. By the time we get around to it, it'll probably be a 4/7. That's okay. I kind of want to just Presence of Gaia this slot to give it a little oomph, and I'm going to put the Cowardly Lion there so that he's more likely to take some hits. Looks like we should win this fight. Be great if we could get a couple of blows on the old Cowardly Lion. There we go. Finished him off. That's good. Gemstone Garden is always nice. Locked Treasure Chest is fine. I'm going to go Gemstone Garden. I think that's going to be good. Nameless One is definitely an upgrade over these two. Concentrate would be good with my Lollipop Fairy. I'm going to go Concentrate. Lifesaver, okay, good when we're already missing a heart. And I like Goodie Bag. I would love to take Goodie Bag if I could justify it. And I think I actually can. Neither of these options are super, super strong, so I'll just sort of stash this Goodie Bag away. It's always nice to have something like that. Oh my goodness, that's a full heart. No. Okay. As I was saying, it's always nice to have something like Goodie Bag stashed away as you sort of get stronger as the game goes on, and you can play your candy spells on it. But we are starting to get in a spot of trouble here. Let's Gumdrop onto Goodie Bag. I'd really like to replace this Cowardly Lion because I want to put Phil there. But I think I'll actually just do Gumdrop And then I'm going to put Goodie Bag in slot 1, Lifesaver slot 2. Is that right? Or no, I think this is the way to do it. So Lifesaver goes first. These both get the buff from Lollipop Fairy. I think that's our sort of max strength board that we could go for here. Although I didn't really need it. This person was actually not all that strong. Okay, Sunflare is definitively better than what we had. 3 wrappers full is great. We could use the sweetness. Sweet breadcrumbs is awesome. Now we can find cinnamon rolls. That was really good. Boon Willow with Gemstone Garden, not the worst. Probably better than Pick a Peck of Peppers. I guess it is going to be less of a buff than Sunflare, so we'll just bank it for now. If we find the silver, maybe that'll change. All right, I think we're kind of in a more stable spot. We still need to, of course, do some work to actually win, but we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I don't think I really want 10 million fireflies, so we'll just, well, I didn't really want 10 million fireflies, but I was sure getting them. Yeah, I'll leave Sunflare on my board for now. Brodo, not super exciting. Neither is Jasmine Dragon. Ooh, don't love any of these. How are we looking in this fight? Looks like we'll win, but it was pretty close. Oh no, we're gonna lose slightly. Oh dear. Okay, Cherry on Top is great, as is Chubby Cheap. I think I have to take Chubby Cheap at this point, though. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do Over the Rainbow, because if I find something big, yep, that's actually a pretty nice, sizable upgrade. Do Chubby Cheap, and we'll take a treasure. Let's hope it's something good. Lich King's Heart. All right. So if we win this fight, I'm feeling good about our comeback chances here. And it looks like we are going to win the fight. So we're back up to 2 full hearts. Looking good. Sweeten our candy. Cherry on Top. Get those front row slots really nice and buffed up. Yeah, we'll keep going on candy. Ooh, a mop. Okay. Yep. Mop seems great. We'll take a mop there. Pixie powder onto the mop. We've got a real plan now. Look at how big these summons are going to be. I kind of wish I'd kept that fill around because that could get really huge. Mop fill is a classic combo, but things are going pretty good. Okay, Jellyton is nice. I think I can go ahead and replace this Lifesaver. Maybe I just replace the Lollipop Fairy. The Lollipop Fairy is giving a big buff, but Mop Goodie Bag is giving a plenty big buff as well. Yeah, I think making this golden actually makes a lot of sense because now it's just going to give this slot huge buffs, and then eventually I can move the Goodie Bag over there. Starlight Starbright's not exciting, so we'll just bank this Bahamut. We're in the top 3 now, so we just have to win. We just have to outlast one more person, which I'm feeling pretty good about our odds of doing at this point. I guess we're going to lose this fight, take a half heart, but that's fine. Keep growing our sweetness. I should have switched these before. Ironcast Dragon to the bank. Yep, we'll keep getting this mop nice and big. Let's go. This would be great. I guess, I could just replace the Lifesaver and then put the Twilight Sprinkles in slot 1 that's been buffed up nice and big by the cheap and hope that that's good enough. Was big enough that it got to hunt, so yeah, okay. I think this will work out for us. Okay. Back to full health. Cinnamon rolling our way through. Another Pixie Powder for the Sorcerer's Mop, who's getting huge. Phil, my boy. Excellent. So I'm gonna switch to sort of a max strength, maximum power setup here. This, a little less long-term power. A little less long-term power than we had because we've replaced our Twilight Sprinkles, which was giving us a spell every turn. But we have Phil with Mop and Goodie Bag in a slot with a lot of slot buffs. We'll Candy Kiss this Chubby Cheap, get a gold Bunyan. That's great. 3 wrappers seems like a good move for the sweet twin shot. And yeah, okay. We're plenty big. We just have to beat this person 3 times, which I think is not going to be too big of a lift for us at this point in the game. Nice. There's one. We'll just keep growing our sweetness. Jumping jelly beans is nice and all, but I think I should go 3 wrappers full over gelatin or the silver gelatin. Yeah, sweet masterwork scroll is great. Let's see what we get here. Giant growth for plus 39 on the mop. That seems solid. I could also cinnamon roll and hope to get a better spell. I'll go greedy. I'll cinnamon roll and hope for a better spell. Well, I got a goodie bag. That's nice, and we did get a better spell, a much better spell. That was awesome. Yeah, we're getting big now. They're not even going to be able to KO a single one of our guys. Cinnamon roll. Yep, Blessing of Athena is actually fine because of the sweet masterwork scroll. It still ends up being pretty big. That's not much for us. Cherry on top, though. That's pretty nice. The cherry on top of this nice dub. Let's see if we can get 100% undefeated. That would be sweet. That's another first. On to the final round of day 1. Pretty excited about that. We'll get a victory banner if we win. Let's see how we do. All right. We're running with the toucan again. The guy who got us here in the last round. Always love to play him. He's fun. Yeah, I'll lead off on picks. I think that's a solid first picks. And we got a flying monkey. Looks like we should be fine to tie this fight. Nesting scrub fowl is obviously great. Puss in Boots also at least solid. And Lollipop Fairy would be okay too, although then we'll have 2 supports in the back and we won't be able to actually fill up the front. I think I'll just go Puss in Boots and then grab this Dragonling. And I'm actually going to support. I don't really mind if the Dragonling gets KO'd on after his first attack. I just want him to get one in. So I wanted to support my guys with slightly more stats. Yeah, I'll take a silver. I'll take an Ahab. And we'll upgrade our Puss in Boots to a Pyrat and start along our sweetness journey. I think with Captain Ahab is going to be a good place to start. Okay, we got a bunch of hunts, and we're going to finish Captain Ahab. That was sweet. That was a really good turn. Yeah, we'll do Dwarven Cart. I think that'll be nice when we have a Dragonling coming off pretty soon. I'm not super excited about any of these characters long term, so the Gumdrop is a little less exciting, but I do really want to keep Sweetening Candy, so I'm just going to go for it. I think I'm strong enough that I can take a risky chameleon. I'm going to hide it back here for now, and then later I'm actually going to hide it back here, I think. And then, I'll move it into slot 1 later. I'll play Big Teeth on it, just increase the odds that it actually works out for me. Okay, so we lost, but only half a heart. That's fine. We get our treasure. Let's go twin shot. Make this chameleon even more likely to get a hunt. I guess Jill Sunshine is better than Pix, so we'll do that. Don't really want any of these. Man, I want some. Where are the rares at? It tells me I'm rare, but I haven't seen any. Let's roll it away. Oh my goodness, still no rares? All right, I'll just Silvery Moon the Chameleon. I'm kind of all in on this chameleon actually hunting. It did not. It in fact was hunted itself, but we still won the fight. Still got our heart back. That's fine. I'm gonna put chameleon sort of back into hibernation mode for a turn here because I wanna get it to be a legendary. Yeah, I'll take 3 blind mice over Dragonling. and just kiss the mice. I think that's fine. Okay, Doopity-Doo's pretty solid. And we'll do jumping jelly beans to replace Ahab. Okay, I feel like I got a meaningful amount stronger that turn, although looks like I'm gonna lose this one. Yeah, but only half a heart again, so that's fine. Put Chameleon in hunting position. Ooh, I'm gonna want this Twilight Sprinkles, and I'm gonna want to concentrate, and I'll gumdrop the Chameleon, so it'll be nice and big. If it does get, oh man, every time I put it in the front, it doesn't get to hunt. All right, back to the back for you. We're gonna keep buffing you up. We'll maybe go for a secret rare. I mean, it's nice that I'm not even really losing these fights yet. I didn't totally mean to do that, but that is fine. I think that's actually a good pick. I'll giant growth sprinkles, and we got our Gel Sunshine back, so we just ended up netting a sweetness for all that. I don't really like any of these options. I'll just take that for the recruit ability. Yeah, looks like we should be another dub for us. And we can put that Chameleon back in slot 1. Let's Candy Kiss. Doopity-Doo's actually doing a lot of work. So I think I'll just Candy Kiss the Jumping Jelly Beans and see what we get. Okay, that's a nice one. Definitely Eureka there. That again. This time I'm going to replace the Jill Sunshine on purpose. So Gumdrop on the Chameleon makes it a lot more likely to hunt. Yeah, I think I like that better than taking Conan. It's pretty close, but I think I'm good with that. Not really into any of these. I'll just take Blackjack there. Okay, Golden Twilight Sprinkles is nice. Cast 2 candy spells is really huge. Oh, we finally did it! And we got Echoing Fae. That's a great one. That's really good on a candy board. Unfortunately, we did not get to hunt with Twilight Sprinkles, but that's fine. Because now we can go Pixie Powder. I'm not sure if it's an Angelica or Twilight Sprinkles that we should be targeting. I think I'm going to go Angelica, actually. And that'll, of course, buff the Echoing Fae. Yeah, I'll replace Blackjack with a much bigger wizard, which triggers our hat. So unfortunately, normally you kind of get to choose what spell you use with the two-headed wizard, but because of the hat, we're not going to get to do that. But that's fine. I mean, it's still, casts a bunch of spells, which is obviously really nice. Huh. Bit confused about that, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll go Chubby Cheap, I think, to replace, I guess, to replace Two-Headed Wizard. And yeah, Echoing Fae Doopity-Doo is super nice. We're making some moves here. Yeah, Starburst, that's going to make the Echoing Fae absolutely huge. Cherry on top doesn't actually help with Echoing Fae, but still a very potent spell for us to take. I'll do What Big Teeth here. I'm kind of trying to save this Angelica buff that I currently have going in the shop for something that I'm a little more interested in. That's why I'm not taking any of these characters. Ice Cream Party. I guess it'll just hit everything except for the Echoing Fae, but the Echoing Fae will still get quite a bit of a buff. Okay, looking good, looking good. And this is the finals, so we deal full heart damage. We get to concentrate, we get to meet in a bakery, we get a very big Chubby Cheap. We'll have another ice cream party. And we could do Jellyton. No, I'm going to do Over the Rainbow. It's really sick with Angelica, and we'll meet in a tavern again. Okay, now I guess I have to take this Jellyton. And I think it's time to get to bid farewell to Doopity-Doo, although its service was very appreciated. Yeah, I'll take Exploding Chest here. I think we're doing well enough that we can afford that. And I'm actually going to switch things around a little bit to look like this. All right. Looks like that should be a nice day 2 earned for us. 5 rounds up, 5 firsts. Pretty good. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will be back with round 2. Check out that sweet victory banner. That's great. Yep, be back with day 2 tomorrow. Thanks for watching.